Okay, so today I wanted to talk about at this stage in the drawing. I want to invoke, or in the painting, I want to invoke Harold Speed's idea about unity, in particular, like linear unity and linear variety. It's out of the Practice and Science of Drawing from Harold Speed. So in this case, like if we're looking at the eggs, and I just want to preface this by kind of stating where the painting's at. It's a layered painting. It's not a 1 hour painting. It's the painting that we're spending time doing lots of layers on. This has been appropriately drawn, built up with layers of thicker paint here that we're now in the process of modeling. There's a lot of use of glazes going on in the darks here to kind of unify things. There's scumbles over the light areas to unify things. I think right now you're working down here today, right?
Yes.
So when I come in at this stage in the painting or drawing, but we're talking about painting today, what I'll do is sometimes I'll focus on one thing and I'll be like, all right, I'm just going to unify all my lines today. I'm going to follow the linear rhythms around and I'm going to unify things. So when I walked up and I saw this like today, first of all, the development of it is fabulous. So what I'm saying is a very, it's a rubric, or it's like a template of how to attack your material, which will maybe help, and it helps in everything. And I noticed this in life drawing too. When people are at this stage, it's like everything's built up, but it's maybe a little bit of flow between all of your areas would be helpful. So you can literally do that. Like what I would do is like walk through this egg shape, and you're going to get the exact line quality of it. And this is the point where you can actually drag your lines a little bit, which we don't do most of the time in the beginning because we're patting and we're dragging and we're building up this layer. So in this case, like this egg has this nice sharp line on it, but then when it gets to here, there's a little more subtlety in how it dips under and then goes into your shadow shape. And then you're like, well, okay, what does it do on the bottom there? What exactly does it do? And that's where you can actually do strokes with your brush. So Tom, we were talking earlier about when you're building up, you're not doing these kind of strokes because you're so busy like developing paint layer. But now you want to do that, and then you might have to change colors a little bit as you go through your areas. Like I just changed color here a little bit. But I'm going at this from the standpoint of like, how do I get my line beautiful? What happens when this turns now? So I might add a little bit more dark as it tucks under here. And I'm just dry brushing this right now. I mean, can you use medium? Yeah. But I'm just saying, hey, this edge is a little different. Like, how do we get it closer? And all I'm doing is just following the edge around. And as it goes under here, I'll be like, okay, it's a little softer. What happens when it comes back over here? It tucks under again, then it gets sharp as it comes up. And see how my hand is going in the linear rhythm of the thing. So as I do this, I'll go underneath. I'm wiping my brush in the palette right now just to get some of that schmutz off there and going back into my dark. And I'd be like, all right, what exactly is happening on this line down here? Where does it tuck in? How does it go? You know, what does it do in special places? Do we lose it here? Yes, we do. You're always looking for this to be lost right here, by the way. So if it's not, like that's thing one. So you see now your eye flows through there, it tucks under. Like what's happening down here? Is it, is there any reflected stuff here? Do you lose this a little bit here? Probably. So you're walking through getting a little more of that. And I haven't even spent any time on this, and it's already looking more eggy, right? So you're going to do that there, and then once you get down here, if you're connecting your lines, you'd be like, oh, well, you get a little thing there that loosens up there. And you can actually get some rhythm in this too. You're getting linear unity and linear variety just by spending time just on the lines. You're not building anything. You're just decorating the meeting places. It's a really fun thing to do, and it's like this is when the painting or drawing really takes on a special life, and only you can decorate it this way. Like whenever people finish this way, everybody finishes this a little bit differently. My finish will be different than yours. My strokes are going to look a little different. This is where this gets really good. you've built it up this entire thing to be able to get to this stage now. It's a very particular kind of thing. But again, the thing that I think about is I'm going to unify my lines. I'm going to get variety in my lines. I'm literally thinking of it as a linear exercise now. And we're not putting in lines. We're talking about the joining of masses. So that's where this gets interesting. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's great for this stage, and you can only get to this stage after you model quite a bit. Because if you try this earlier, it won't make sense because nothing's developed. But now it's a great time to do it, and you can do it with a lot of detail.